Hey everybody, my name's Ed. Okay, so we're going to do another quick film review. Okay, so this time it's going to be The Born Losers from 1967. So this movie came out during the height of the B movie biker craze. It's actually the first Billy Jack movie. It stars Tom Laughlin and Elizabeth James and was directed by Tom. So the premise is there's a biker gang terrorizing the frightened inhabitants of a small town. Tom Laughlin plays Billy Jack, a half Native American Vietnam vet who wants to stop them, but after police find him and threaten to put him in jail for defending a local man, Billy Jack hesitates to cause too much more trouble. The gang seems to be allowed to terrorize the locals, and the police seem to be almost powerless to lock them up. Meanwhile, a sassy, poor little rich girl who has her own motorcycle and doesn't seem to be intimidated by the gangs gets their unwanted attention. Ultimately, the gang's antics and intimidation go too far, and Billy Jack is forced to take action. Tom Laughlin was a minor actor and director in the 50s and 60s. He allegedly wrote the movie that would become 1971's Billy Jack movie in 1954, but The Born Losers supposedly got made first to cash in on the then popular biker movie craze. So we're getting movies like Devil's Angels, Wild Angels, Rebel Rousers, etc. Okay, so sorry, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me again. So, as a movie, one thing that's interesting is the kind of anti racism theme that helps motivate the plot. Billy Jack is half Native American and constantly is being referred to as Indian and Injun. What's also kind of interesting about that, though, is there's no other Native Americans in the story other than Billy Jack. The anti-racism themes, for what it's worth, do continue in other Billy Jack movies. Another interesting thing is that Elizabeth James is supposedly the writer of the film, uh, but there's kind of a fair amount of eye candy in the movie. James spends half the film in a bikini and go-go boots. There's a scene where, after being raped, a victim does a striptease at home when she thinks she's alone, and it kind of makes you wonder if a woman in 1967 would actually portray sex appeal in this way. There's some sloppy storytelling and editing shots where it seems that time's passed, but it's clear that something was shot at the same time earlier. Some earlier scene was shot, and the acting is about what you would expect from a B movie of the time. Not great, but serviceable enough to keep the story going. And Tom Laughlin is able to do stoic lone hero pretty well. And Elizabeth James does have beauty, and she's able to bring a good amount of charisma to her role. So, having said all that, Born Losers is a fun movie. It's fun enough if you're a fan of B movies of that era or Billy Jack fan. Definitely not a movie masterpiece, but Tom Laughlin portrays a great lead hero, and Elizabeth James stands out as the female lead. There's some questionable creative choices and not great filmmaking techniques, but the revenge plot does pay off in a mostly satisfied conclusion. And this is basically the start of what became a semi popular B movie franchise. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Thanks, and everybody have a great day. Bye bye.